Okay, I'm going to go through firstly the concept of area and perimeter for this here. Okay, the formula for area of a circle is given by pi times radius squared, right? Pi is basically equal to 3.14. And the formula for circumference is given as, I'm going to go CIRC, 2 pi r, right?
Yeah.
2 pi r is also
Two.
2 times r is, because two radiuses are one diameter, it's the same as pi times d. All right, so that's my circumference. If I'm given my radius here, I can work out both. If my radius is equal to, let's say, 10, I can work out each of these. You can see area is going to be equal to 3.14, which is pi, and multiplied by radius squared, which is going to be 10 squared, which is 100, and 100 times that will give you 314, whatever it is, units squared, right? I don't have units, but if it was meters, it will be meters squared, centimeters, centimeters squared. The circumference is going to be 2 times pi times r, so 2 times 3.14, which is 6.28, times my radius, which is going to be given as 10. Or I can just say 20. This will be 20 because the diameter will be 20. If you go all the way across here, the diameter will be 20. So my circumference here will be 2 times 3.14 is 6.28 times 10, which is 62.8 units. Okay. All right. Now what I want to do is I want to take this and cut it in half. Okay, I'm going to cut it in half, and we're going to see how this entire sum changes accordingly, right? So we're going to cut it in half here. And let me just get rid of that. Good. Now, this is a semicircle. My area is going to be quite simply halved. So my area is quite simply halved. So I take my new area is going to be take this area and divide it by 2. But my circumference, I have to also divide by 2, but it's only going to get me that part over there. I still have to add this and this as well. So I plus 10, and I plus another 10, and that gives me my new circumference, for my circumference answer for this one. And my new area is going to be something else as well. Let me just get rid of that. I have a new answer for the area as well, which is going to be equal to, so I'll grab my calculator and I go 3.14 times 10 is 314 divided by 2. 314 divided by 2 is 157. Okay, so this will be 157, and units squared. And this one here is 62.8 divided by 2, which is 31.4 plus 10 plus 10. And that gets you 51.4. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to make it into a quarter. I'm going to make it into a quarter. All right. So I'm going to make this into a quarter. So that's going to go till there. And it'll go till there. So a quarter of this is going to go up here. And you can see that this is also going to be, this is 10 over here in length. And that's 10 over there. But now I need to divide it not by 2 anymore. I'm going to divide it by 4, right?
Yeah.
And the area is simply divided. That's all you got to do there. Simply divide the area by 4, which is equal to another number. Okay, we're going to let me just erase that as well. And this one we're going to divide by 4 plus 10 as well. Okay. So what will that come to? What's 314 times 100 divided by 314 divided by 4 is 78.5. So this is 78.5. And then the next one is 2 times 3.14 times by 10 divided by 2 again divided by 4 comes to 15.7 plus 10 plus 10, 35.7 for the circumference. And notice we're plussing 10 twice again because we have to cover the entire perimeter, which is the outside. This one comes to 35.7. Now I'm going to take it even further now, and I'm going to make it some angle. Okay, I'm going to make it some angle, and this angle is basically, let me just get rid of that and this. And I can see that my radius is now 10, but let's say this angle over here is given as 70 degrees, or let's make it, I don't know, 60 degrees. Let's make it 60 degrees for the angle, and this is 10. Now, if I want to calculate this, I can't divide it by 4 and then plus 10 for the circumference, or divide it by 4 here. I got to divide it by another number. So to get that special number, all I got to do is take 60 and divide it by 360, and that comes to 1 over 6. All right, so that comes to 1 over 6. And 1 over 6 is a sixth, because if this was a full circle, remember that that's 1/6 of the total area. So I divide it now by 6. All right, that's going to change that. And then divide this by 6, and then that becomes 314 divided by 6, which is 52.33. And 62.8 divided by 6 now, plus 10 is 30.5. And this is 30.5 for that day. And you can see I had to use 1/6 only of this part. I still add 10 and 10 because that's going to be my remaining part over there, which will give me my perimeter and my area.